Shalom, peace and blessings to the chosen. First and foremost, all praises, glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim pushing his truth with sincerity and charity indeed. And the brother Yalad, and I watched this video talking about inside America's nursing crisis. And I just want to say something. Across all the board in every field of work, whether it's the trucking industry, the shipping industry, the medical industry, every field is suffering a issue or a crisis, because some people that work for the government don't get paid. When the government shuts down, the people that are working for the government, the aviation industry, how many times have we seen the ATC, the air traffic controllers, going on strike? Here it is, you have a a six-figure job, but you're not getting paid because the government is shut down. We exist in a society where the wages are taken away. Well, not only are they taxed, they're held back and kept back. Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 34:21, the bread of the needy is their life. He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defrauded the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder. So the rulership that allows this taxation of the people, that allows horrible infrastructure, horrible management, horrible rulership, horrible decrees to go out. The leadership is responsible for this. Sirach 10:2, as the judge of the people himself, so are his officers, and what manner the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So you go to these jobs, and the only way to climb the corporate ladder is by, excuse my American, kissing ass. Kissing booty hole with boo-boo on it. That boot licking. That's the only way to climb up the social ladder or the corporate ladder. We are in a society of nepotism, where people become managers not because they're qualified, but because they're friends with the higher ups. They're friends, or they're the cousin or the relative of the person in charge. This is why you see these industries falling apart. This is why you see aviation is falling apart. There are not enough commercial pilots. The air traffic controllers aren't getting paid. They're leaving. The nurses are leaving the medical field. They're leaving. It's too stressful. And why? Why? I'm gonna get into it. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And how is an unwise king destroying his people? 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, and that evil goes into hard times, bad things happening. Okay? Which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So a lot of people have been pierced through with sorrows. The people at the top, the Idumeans, the Edomites controlling things and pulling the strings, they worship money, God, gold, oil, and drugs. God. That's their God. Gold, oil, and drugs. They worship money. So they're spoiling everybody that they rule over. They destroy everybody that they rule over. Sirach 26:28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third making me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty. What do you see in this world? Many veterans that are homeless, after they done fought these meaningless wars for what? Greed and filthy lucre, ill-gotten gains. They come back to the country and they homeless and they limbless, right? In the street. The VA has determined that your injuries are not service related. That's the email you get after you done served this country. That's their way of saying we not giving you nothing for your service. A man of war suffering poverty. The Lord said he hates that. So where is it heading? Isaiah 19:15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day, Egypt shall Egypt be like unto women. It shall be afraid and fear, because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it. So ain't gonna be no work. Ain't gonna be nothing to do. AI gonna take over. The robots, the machines, attack. How so? Because what are these evil billionaires said? I think it was Kill Gates. He said, you will own nothing and be happy. To some of that, how is that so? He wants to keep you out of making yourself independent. He wants to keep you out of being able to work with your hands and do things for yourself. These are why the things were taken out of school. They don't teach certain things anymore in the public schools. Because he doesn't want a bunch of thinkers. He wants a bunch of workers. Roughly paraphrasing what he said, his quote. And once he work you to death, what he gonna do? He just gonna throw you away like a dead battery. So yeah, ain't gonna be nothing left for this place. I mean, it's gonna come to the point where you want to keep that job, you gonna have to take the chip. Ain't gonna be no work for this place. It's just gonna be chaos, and you gonna have to get by and survive the chaos. There's gonna be concentration camps, internment camps, re-education camps, detention centers. That sound like getting a job? Does that sound anything like a 401k? Does that sound anything like a pension? 15-minute cities? No. No, not at all. Ecclesiastes 12:3. And in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. Who are the grinders? The workers, the laborers. They're going to be few. They're going to stop. Because when you go into this video I was watching, it says, inside America's nursing crisis. And what were they saying? That many, many, many nurses are leaving the field. Many. It says the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. And I got this quote I'm gonna share. It says the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and you shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And I say it all the time. It says that we the people are overworked and underpaid, understaffed and overstayed, and that's exactly what happened to these people. No matter what field you're in, you can relate to this. You don't feel like you're getting paid enough for all the work that you're doing. Half the time you're doing 2 to 3 persons jobs, right? All by your oneself. You're doing a job that requires more than just you. You're doing somebody else's work, right? Because they refuse to hire people, the company or whatever, the job is being too cheap. They don't want to hire people to make this work safely. That's what also happened in this video. Okay. And that you and that you're often being overstayed. You're often being held over to work. You're often being held over hours of work, not just a couple minutes, not 30 minutes, hours, 2 hours. One of these nurses said her 12-hour shift turned into a 14 to a 16. You see what I'm saying? Because why? The people that are running these companies that done either got it at the top because they were nepo because of nepotism, or they got at the top by kissing butt and doing whatever with no respect for themselves, just being a total yes man, a total pushover. These people that got at the top are the worst people to have in charge, by the way. Are greedy, money hungry, and they don't care about the natural order and things, that how things should be ordered correctly. They're so money hungry that it's costing them more money because they're doing it wrong. They're so money hungry, they're blinded by their love of money that they can't see that they'd be making more money if they did things right. That's the Idumean mentality. That's the Edomite mentality. They don't know how stupid they look. These second and third generational wealth, Nepo babies that get the businesses handed down to them on a silver plate, be driving the businesses into complete bankruptcy because they don't have a proper rulership mentality. They don't have a proper leadership mentality. That's why the grinders are going to cease. The grinders are ceasing now. Go to your local city. It's thousands of homeless people the politically correct term is unhoused. It's thousands of unhoused individuals with tents under the viaducts, with tents under the bridges, tents all over throughout the city. These were just regular people going to their 9 to 5. These were just regular people until they just gave up. They feel like it ain't even no point in trying anymore. Gas is only going up. Bills are only going up. The cost of living is only going up. And some of these people are crashing out because they lost everything. You see? And when people lose it, they lose it. Why will the grinders cease? Why the laborers stop working? They're rioting, rebellion. You got that one guy that went to prison for burning down the warehouse. He said all you had to do was pay us a livable wage. That's what he said, word for word. Not me, him. That's what he said. You got the other guy that got sent to prison because he off some millionaire or billionaire. Right? These people are itching for rebellion. They're seeing through it. They understand that there's no point in dealing with this system. You're not going to get a fair treatment from this system. So, with that, we just got to continue to pray and continue to remain faithful and wait on the Lord to make his move, because we can't rebel ourselves. We tried that so many times. We can't do it. We got to wait on the Lord and have patience. And until then, just keep fighting the good fight of faith. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.